Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing the F.P. Journe Octa Lune. This timepiece, which is 40 millimeters in diameter, measures 10.5 millimeters thick, 48 millimeters lug-to-lug, and 20 millimeters between the lugs. Throw it on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, and the timepiece is both romantic and handsome. A nice warm rose gold with a saddle-colored leather strap to match, and as you can see, flat enough to fit underneath the cuff, easily fitting on a 16 centimeter circumference wrist. I find this watch suitable for a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference. It can wear well on a small wrist. Taking a quick look at the hardware and the software, F.P. Journe factory strap, large rectangular scale alligator leather on top, almost a honey brown, monotone stitch, folded edge, round scale alligator leather on the bottom. The purpose is a more durable strap, as gator on the bottom is more durable than calf. Pull tab spring bars are used, so you can quickly remove the strap with just your fingernails, and there is a matching rose gold pin buckle. The timepiece uses curved spring bars so that the lugs can be drilled close to the case, allowing the actual pivot point between centers. You can see across the wrist from pivot point to pivot point. It is actually narrower than the lug-to-lug span, which is why this watch wears so well on a small wrist. The lugs are integrated and tightly downturned. These are characteristic of Journe case design. So is the overlapping lip of the case back and the bezel over the mid-case. You have a lovely double dimple knurled crown, which is characteristic of Journe designs, and a domed bezel, likewise germane to the breed. As you can see, the dial is a silver white galvanized, and it has lovely Journe biomorphic tapered blued hands, sunken sub-register for your seconds with a little railroad. There's another railroad track outboard for reading the minutes, and radially arrayed Arabic numerals in the characteristic and well-known Journe font. The font, the crown, the bezel, the hands, Journe does a good job of maintaining design continuity through generations and different families of his watches. There is a scalloped register for 120 hours for the power reserve. That's the chronometric or precise power reserve, when the watch will keep best time. But in fact, it will run for almost 7 days, as absolute power reserve is about 160 hours. Now, the watch features a moon phase, and there's a double quickset system. So turning in a clockwise direction with the crown in the intermediate position rolls the moon phase forward, and then turning in the opposite direction actually advances the quickset for the date. The date discs are flush, which is a distinction among double dates, and there's blueprinting on a silver base for the wheels themselves. Turn the watch over, you have caliber 1300. The Octa 1300, manual wind, lots of fun. Automatic winding, even more so. This one is a unidirectional winder, as Journe Octas have been since 2007. Now you can see as I wind the watch, the power reserve travels from 0 toward 120, so it doesn't work like, for example, the chronomètre souverain, which indicates hours since last wound. It actually indicates total hours of operating energy remaining. You have 18-karat rose gold bridges and plates, meaning the watch in rose gold with a gold movement weighs quite a bit. The rotor is cut on a rose lathe to create this grand orge or barley corn pattern, and it is 22 carats. As you can see, the balance is very large, so while the beat rate at 21.6 is a bit slower, its immense mass makes it resistant to shock or concussion-induced timing deviation. Now, it's also free-sprung for durability and adjusted in 5 positions, which is the high horology and chronometer standard, and you can see that's written on the bridges and plates. We have circular Côte de Genève. We have engine turning on the base plate in 2 different sizes, black polished screw heads, nicely executed, and then there's a mirrored bevel on the edge of these rose gold bridges that is nicely done with satination on the wheels themselves. The watch is 30 meters water resistant, so it's not an aquatic watch, and it doesn't have hacking seconds, so this is a timepiece that, though very accurate, is more about the romance of time, hence the inclusion of the moon phase. Reach out to tmosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details of this rather unusual F.P. Journe timepiece.